Did you know Fanta was created by Nazi Germany? As Coca-Cola supplied both sides of the war, in Germany they ran out of the syrup used to create Coke, so they come up with an alternative as Fanta. This photograph, which shows separate drinking fountains for whites and blacks in North Carolina, really highlights how segregated society actually was. This photo shows a man falling from the North Tower of the World Trade Center in New York during the terrorist attacks of September the 11th. 5 years after the attacks, the man was identified as Jonathan Briley, a 43-year-old employee of a restaurant installed in the North Tower of the World Trade Center. This photo shows the devastating effects of the Liberian Civil War. Bullet casings cover the entirety of a street in Monrovia, the Liberian capital. Disorder and brutality in the streets of Bangkok, Thailand. The Thammasat University massacre took place on October 6, 1976. It was a very violent attack on students who were demonstrating against dictator Field Marshal, who was planning to come back to Thailand. The return of the military dictator from exile provoked violent protests. Protesters and students were beaten, mutilated, shot, hung and burnt to death. The harrowing images of the victims of Haiti in 2008, the boy who's trying to save a stroller after the tropical storm Hannah struck Haiti. An unknown man seeks help during the Great Depression. This photo shows Chinese soldiers begging a Korean guard to spare their lives in 1951. A Japanese-American family returning home in 1945 after being placed in an internment camp. King Leopold II of Belgium, who took over the Congo in 1885, exploited the area for ivory, rubber and timber. When the Africans did not meet the quota, they were severely punished. Many tried escaping. However, the Belgian soldiers were told not to waste bullets and were expected to bring back one hand for every bullet they fired. British India and the famine. When famine struck Orissa in 1865, the British administration chose to ignore it until British troops themselves began to starve. In 1866, the British began sending rice and other resources into India, but it was too late for many. 1/3 of the population of Orissa died as a result. A British soldier hallucinating from shell shock. A wounded German officer found in the Egyptian desert by a British soldier. Something that looks like a Bond villain's lair. Partly completed fighter jets sit on the assembly line in the underground Junker factory at Tartum, Germany in April 1945. Execution by elephant actually used to exist. The elephants could be taught to slowly break bones, crush skulls, or even tear limbs off. It makes me shudder just thinking about it now. Many dentures in the past used to be made from dead soldiers. In fact, after the Battle of Waterloo, dentists searched the dead bodies for their best teeth they could find. This baboon worked on the South African Railway for over 5 years. He was not just a gimmick either. In 5 years he apparently did not make one single mistake. Knowing there is a baboon probably better at its job than me is kind of soul destroying. For some, ketchup is a miracle sauce that improves everything it touches, but it was originally intended and designed and used as a medicine, and it was believed to be able to cure diarrhea. Have you ever wondered how many people have been killed throughout all of human conflict? Find out shortly. This is a picture from the morning after Prohibition ended. Another baboon related photo. This is from ancient Egypt, where baboons were used to catch criminals. I thought it was weird, however we still use dogs now. During the Soviet Union, a televised song contest would ask the audience to vote. As hardly anyone had a phone at the time, they would ask people to turn their lights on if they liked the song, and off if they liked it. The state energy company would then record the size of each power strike and report the results. It is estimated that between 850 and 1 billion people have been killed throughout all human conflict.